Hey everybody, this is the We Are the Raw, and we're doing today. It's an older movie,
But
but not that old. It's Marvel's Avengers, one of my favorite movies of all time. This movie just has superheroes packed into it, and I think they're almost everybody's favorite superheroes.
yeah, I mean, you got Iron Man. You got what? You got Captain America, Hulk, Thor. It was kind of like I said with the Batman reviews. If you haven't seen Avengers by now, just go.
Yeah,
Go watch it.
it's it's one of those movies. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to watch it because it's one of those movies people are always talking about. And I mean, the Hulk, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. I mean, every actor who plays them is just remarkable, and they deserve for everybody to see it because it's just one of those movies that's great from start to finish.
Let's talk about the real star, Joss Whedon, the director of this movie. This movie was so hyped, and I mean, just so hyped. Whenever it showed, Nick Fury come out, not to nerd out or whatever, it come out at the end of Iron Man back in 2008. And he's like, we want you to be part of this team, the Avengers. I just lost it. I'm like, yes, this is. And then 4 years later, just over the course of 4 years, there's, everyone's like, they're not going to pull it off. This is going to be terrible. There's no way it could. And I was even one of them. I was probably one of the bigger, people freaking out about it. And, I mean, because it's almost impossible for anyone to pull off because it's just such a big scale.
Yeah.
Like you said, you have Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, and each character has their own following.
And to bring them all together in one movie and actually keep all the followers and get more followers for different characters, it just makes it even better.
And I've seen, obviously all the movies, Iron Man and Thor, and if you watch them, they keep the tone, like before all the Avengers are together, they keep the tone of each movie, because Hulk kind of has that dreary, whenever it's just, they're getting Hulk, he kind of has that dreary feel to him, and whenever they're getting Iron Man, it has that really flashy feel. Whenever they're getting Captain America, it has that really kind of old-timey feel, and it's just pretty cool.
Because they make each character unique, and they have their own, like we said, they have their own following, and they bring each character to light in this, and
each character has their own scene where they just stand out. It's not like, it's like, oh, I forgot about Hulk, or I forgot about Thor.
I mean, it's just every character shines.
Now, I will say, and maybe this is because Iron Man is my favorite, but Robert Downey Jr., he owns Iron Man.
Oh, yes.
Which I heard recently, he's considering quitting Iron Man.
I don't know how he could do that, because they're not going to get anybody who could play Iron Man. Because Iron Man has this sort of cocky, arrogant self.
And he owns that.
Yes, he does. Because I think he kind of has that in real life, too. Because he is Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Nobody can replace him as Iron Man. And if they tried, it would not be the same.
And, they each have their kind of own little character behind, because Iron Man's a cocky and flashy one. Captain America's a star-spangled. And, Chris Evans, he does a really good job of that. But, now that I mentioned this in a lot of reviews, but, Iron Man's suit looks so awesome, and Hulk looks so awesome. And then you have Captain America's suit, which just... It looks good, but it just doesn't look...
It's plain.
It looks plain.
But I mean, the reason they did it is because when he was older, when they first introduced him, he was just a plain Jane man, but he wanted to be...
Yeah, now he's part of this big team. He should have, like, an amazing suit.
But I mean, I think he just wants to stay true to that star-spangled kid, and wants to be the boy of America, well, the man of America, and represent America. And red, white, and blue. That's really all he wears.
Now, I'm going into this review assuming everyone watching it has seen each individual character's movie, so let's just kind of get into the plot. So, Loki, Thor's brother, he shows up on Earth and he's like, I want this Tesseract, basically control the world. And so he takes it, it's under control of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury, he's like, we need to assemble this team. Bring the Avengers unit.
Yeah.
And so, you assemble them all together, and it's a bit like Rocky for them.
Yeah.
It's not like it's like, oh, hi guys, how's it going?
They actually have to, because the whole thing is Tony Stark, or Iron Man, he wants to be the leader, and so does Captain America.
Yeah.
And Captain America was born to be a leader, and Iron Man is just so cocky and arrogant, he thinks he's entitled to it. But all in all, I think Captain America should have it because he has the strategy for it. He's a strategist, and you'll see that in the movie when he orders. I mean, like, he doesn't order, but he tells people what to do, and they work really good under his command. And I think everyone shines under his command. As if Iron Man would have done it, he would have been the main hero, and he would have been the one that saves the... In this movie, he actually is one of the ones that saves the day, because if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, he takes a nuke that was sent to the city, and he grabs it he puts all the power he has left in the thrusters.
What's the deal with superheroes like Dark Knight and Avengers? I just thought about that. They both take nukes and...
Yeah, blow them up, pretty much. And
although Iron Man's not just throwing it everywhere. I'm such a nerd.
And Iron Man, he pretty much saves the day. He drops it off in the ocean, and it blows up. But it's, all in all, good movie start to finish. Kids of all ages love this movie and can watch it. It's got some comedy in it, and
Hulk delivers a lot of funny.
Yeah.
And the character they play, like, it's not like you're like, oh, just watching him fight. It's real tension, and it's like you actually get sucked in when they're fighting. You feel the tenseness between them, and it's like watching two people actually
fight. And you get the realness of it, and you get the emotions and the feelings of it. And
so it's not just...
They're just fighting.
It's not just a Michael Bay movie where there's just explosion. But, it's like, I like that once they get past all the, emotion and character development, then it's like, okay, you've developed your characters here. And then it's just for an hour, it's just an onslaught of just action.
And the action in this movie is great.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, I love this movie start to finish, and we do this rate system where we do 1 out of 5, and I give this movie a solid 5.
Might be a little long, but then again, I don't know what you would cut out of it.
Yeah, there's nothing you really can cut out of it that's not important.
Yeah. I for some reason, I can't give it a 5. I'll give it a 4.5. But another thing I'm looking forward to is, I read the comics, and this would I'm probably asking for way too much now, but Civil War, that's when Iron Man and Captain America fought, and
they
broke sides, and they brought every single superhero.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I've read it.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, but I think I would love to see that, but I think that's just way too big.
I don't know. I was one of the people that thought this was going to be way too big, but now that I see that they did this and it just blew me away.
This is 4 superheroes, though. Civil War is every single superhero. And
I think they could focus on just the main ones and just CGI and all the other ones. But it could be I mean, there's some characters that aren't that important in Civil War, and I mean, I think they could pull it off if they got the right director, if they got everybody that's in this back, and I think they could pull it off, no doubt. But
Immediately after I saw this, I was like, okay, when am I gonna hear about a Justice League movie?
Justice League that's gonna be a really good one.
Hopefully.
I wonder who they're gonna get to play Aquaman. Terrible superhero.
That's the first one you think about.
All right,
But
this
that's
is
us signing off the Raw.